Hello. What was your biggest moral dilemma you faced and how did you navigate it? Repeat. What was your biggest moral dilemma you've faced and how did you navigate it? Okay. So we're still walking it out through the top 7 deep conversation topics. Okay. And this one is a cool one because this one cuts straight to the point because, we're trying to see how you behaved. Okay. So I'm going to answer this question. This is how I would answer this question. My biggest moral dilemma that I went through was abortion. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I just had bad behavior, right? And then I was having sexy time with my girlfriend, and then she ended up pregnant. And then what happened is that I ended up convincing her. I was like, yo, I can't do this. I was like, I can't do this. I'm too young. I'm too young. I still got my whole life ahead of me. You still got your whole life ahead of you. We can't do this, right? So I went from I to we, right? And then I was like, we got to get an abortion, right? And then that's what happened, right? So I ended up convincing, my girlfriend, this is how I see it, right? Is that I ended up convincing my girlfriend that we should get an abortion, right? And then we went and got an abortion, and then now the baby was no longer living. Okay, so that's what happened, so that I had to deal with that for, a long time. And because I was rolling with the adversary at the time, I really didn't care because the screen was telling me, you can do this and you should do this. And it was an option. And I knew nothing about science. I knew nothing about healthcare. I knew none of that stuff. Right. And it was hard to go through because I saw the pain that she went through after the procedure, especially now that I know what I know. Right. It was tough. Right. But that's how I navigated it. I just did whatever I wanted to do. And then my mind just detached from it and I kept it moving. Right. But now that I know what I know that I committed murder. I know that I participated in murder. And, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But, I'm so thankful that Jesus saved me and Father forgave me because of Jesus. Okay. So I'm cool now. But, this is why I'm such a stickler on abortion, and I understand the pain and the positions that people may be in when they have to go through that, because you just see your life flash behind or in front of your eyes, and you're like, I don't want whatever that potential future may be if I have this baby, right? And then now I wish to stop all that, and I wish to correct it by providing people with options, right? I wish to provide people with options, like let's say we can create homes for people, right? Or we can create service skills that people can always work in and always earn in, even when they are pregnant or even after they're pregnant. Okay. This is how we're looking because we're looking at it from my father's business position now. And we find out that there's a lot of solutions for all of these so-called woes that are out there. And we're pushing it now. Okay. So now let's keep walking it out. That's what that was my moral dilemma. That was because of my bad behavior. Right. And then that's how I navigated it. Okay. It wasn't cool, but I did it, and I learned a lot of lessons from it. Okay. Now check it out. We're still walking it out through the top 7 deep conversation topics. Okay. That was mine. Okay. Now here's number 3, values and morals. Okay. Values and morals. Okay. Oh, my nose is itching. Excuse me. What are your core values and how do they guide your decisions and actions? Okay. This is how you get straight to the point because you can see what people's core values are. Okay. So like right now, I'll tell you my core value. I'm a Christian. Okay. So you'll know everything about me by the words that I say, and all of my rules come from the Holy Bible, King James Version. That's what's up. Okay. And now I'll be able to know where other people's morals and values come from by the words that they say. Okay. Check it out. Are there any moral dilemmas you faced and how did you navigate them? Okay, so I use that one as a jump off bit because it's a fun one because everybody's behavior causes them to be put in situations, that they're going to get tried in. Okay, they're definitely going to be tried in. Okay, so like a mother can be put in a situation where, she may have to choose to use a substance rather than take care of their children. Okay, that could be a situation that someone can be in. Okay, another situation that somebody can be in is that, like a little child might have to make a decision to go with one or the other parents. Okay, a little child could be forced to either go with the mother or the father, right? Because the child was given an option, and the child is being put in that situation. But children don't have the understanding, of what types of decisions that they can make. But these are some moral dilemmas that people can go through. Okay, all right, check it out. It says this topic explores individuals' fundamental beliefs. Okay, these are the building blocks, and principles. These are the building blocks. Okay, and can lead to thought-provoking discussions and ethics and morality. So you'll know a lot about people by the trials that they've gone through in their life, right? And these are the tough situations that people don't want to talk about. Like this is when you're at the lowest of the low. This is when you could be put in situations where, you don't want to be in. Okay. Here's another example that I did when I was young, is because I was just wild, man. I was wild. So, I had firearms I had access to firearms when I was young, and I just wanted to test, right? So what did I do? I would just walk around. I remember I would walk around and then I would just shoot at empty buildings, right? That's how wild I was when I was young. I would shoot at empty buildings, and I knew the buildings were empty because of the time of year that it was, but somebody could have been in those buildings, right? I didn't know if somebody could have been in those buildings, and one of those bullets that I was just, shooting could have hit somebody, man. And I just did that because it was fun, right? That's how wild I was, because I didn't have any guidance when I was a child. I was just out there listening to the whisper and listening to the hiss, man. It's a good thing Jesus hooked me up now, man, because I got good morals now, because all I do is copy Jesus. Okay, so that's who I follow. I follow Jesus. Okay, now check out this notice. Notice is knowledge. Okay, it says the people are not subject to state legislative code or federal code. Okay, so because of my upbringing, I teach the law now. I teach the law now because, I do know how it is on both sides. I know how it is on both sides. And, I want to help people navigate. I just want to show them and point to them the law, because I wasn't shown the law when I was young. I wasn't shown the Holy Bible, King James Version. That's what's up. I wasn't shown the state's constitutions. I wasn't shown none of that. All the behavior that I was seeing, I was observing from the screen. So the screen literally raised me. And now I don't want that to happen anymore, even though I'm using the screen as a tool to show other people what my journey was like. Okay. And this is why I'm telling you right now, the people are not subject to state legislative code or federal code. Okay. Why am I saying this? Because a lot of people don't know how to instruct their government. Okay, you need to learn how to instruct your government, so then that way you can create an environment so the little children will be able to grow up in a cool spot. Okay, you got to be able to create environments for children to grow up in cool spots. Just know that there's always going to be bad spots that children grow up in, because my Father allows it. Remember, my Father's God. Okay, so don't feel like you can save the world, because you can't save the world. The only one that can save the world is Jesus, and Jesus already saved the world by giving people access back to Father. All you can do is do what you need to do, and just take care of the little sliver of ground that you're walking on. Okay, that's it. That's all you can do. Okay, now check out this bit right here. This is where you get your political authority from. It says all political power is inherent in the people. Full stop right there. Don't move from that position, my neighbor. Don't move from that position. Okay, so just know, every time you see a government entity, a servant go on the screen and babble and talk, just know that you have all political power over them. Okay, so that's any executive entity, that's any legislative entity, that's any judicial entity. The people have jurisdiction over all of them. Remember this, and we're going to be cool. And check this out right here. Here goes the Punisher. The deprivation of any rights may be punished. Okay, what does that look like? That looks like if you take the children from mommy and daddy. So if government entities, through the form of CPS, are taking the children away from the parents and they don't have the grounds to do that, right? You're breaking the law. I'm just letting you know you're breaking the law right now. Here's another example. Most people care about this one. If they take your property from you in the form of taxes, they're breaking the law. Okay, and they can't do that. Here's another one that most people care about. because we find out people don't really care about the children, but they care about their money and they care about their boomsticks. If the government is interfering with your ability to get arms, then they're breaking the law and you can punish them, okay? And if any other entity is interfering with the people's ability to get their arms on too, you can punish them too, okay? So those are the two that we know that most people care about. They care about arms, and then they care about their property in the form of taxes. They don't care about the children because they allow all sorts of bad things to happen to the children, and we don't want that to happen in the future anymore, okay? So that's why we have this bit where it says contact us for a consultation. Why? Because what we do is we move the people that are in the public into the private, and we talk about some wonderful things, and then those people that are in the public, we end up protecting your property from you, or for you, not from you, but for you. Why? Because you don't know how to do that, and we know this because you let the government take your property from you, okay? You do it in the form of, you allow the government to do this in the form of taxes, and we teach you how to protect your property, okay? We show you the law in simplicity, okay? So if you want to hang out with us and talk about some wonderful things in the private, contact information's in the description. When then that'll allow us, the fees that we collect from our members, allow us to get out there and protect the government. Okay, how do we protect the government? By teaching the government the fundamental principles of law. We show them how to behave. Okay. That's what we do. Scary, simple service. All right, so let's go ahead and walk it back up now, man. So put that Punisher bit in your back pocket, okay? Remember that and we'll be cool, okay? And also put this other bit in your back pocket too, where it says all political power is inherent in the people. Put that one in your back pocket and you will be cool too, okay? And remember this bit too. The people are not subject to state legislative code or federal code, okay? Hold on. Excuse me, morning time makes me burp. So the people are not subject to our creatures, okay? And you got to learn how to run jurisdiction over them, so then that way you'll be able to protect your property, okay? And remember, the children are the property of the people. The people have a duty and an obligation to oversee the children's property, okay? Remember this and we're going to be cool. And remember this deep question right here, man. Ask this deep question to any of your neighbors, anybody you're trying to build a team with. What was your biggest moral dilemma you faced, and how did you navigate it, okay? And you'll be able to see how they run under fire, okay? You'll be able to see how they perform when they're tested, okay? And then you'll be able to see what they learn from that performance after they've been tested, okay? And it's a fun one, man. This is how you get deep with your conversations, all right? All right, that's it. We're done. Remember, if you want to hang out with us in the private and talk about some wonderful things, right, contact information's in the description. Let's see if you and I will be a good fit. And again, we will move your public person into the private, and we will help you protect your property, okay? By God, with love. All right, that's it. We're done. We're going to put this together. We're going to upload it. We're going to see how it flows. I'll talk to you guys in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.